All right, guys, welcome back. This is officially the penultimate round. I apologize for the last round. Last round was round 16, and this is the round before the grand finale. Now, for round 17, we're going to be seeing Jimoh Abdulmumin, of course, who's currently at the top of the standings. And here we have Adebola Samuel. The games will start shortly. In the championship category, we have Afolayo Bukobi and Keriche Sophia still at the top of the table. Okay, round 17 to start. Adebola goes first. TRDII O O high. So we are seeing three highs. Okay, quickly I see idiots. Okay, and that has been committed for 14 points, leaving high arrow. Moving on to Mumin, who has a rank of Telenma, Teleman. Now, Teleman in itself is a valid word. You can choose to play that, or through the T of idiot, you can play mantilets, or through the D of idiots, lamented for 86 points. So he has a bunch of options here. So the bingo is definitely coming true. Okay, we see Mantilent coming through quickly for 76 points. And back to Adebola, we see Virgeic. Some of the choices here is either to play Viremic through the M of Mantelet for 42 points, leaving G, or you could play Vrike through the A of Mantelet for 36 points, leaving EGI. Other options include Vicing through the N of Mantelet for 26, leaving ER. Okay, still quite thinking on what to do with this one. Okay, we see VID coming through. The V can be videos for 18 points. Back to Mumin, who now has another bingo of who is playing another bingo of sauropod. Interesting. All right, this is a really nice find. It should be going for 63 points. Moving on to Adebola, we see he has CINERE. Has triple E's. I don't think this is what he might be looking forward to at this point. Meanwhile, Momin just picked the first bingo, and is that Quagmire is the yeah, with a floating her, I think he has Quagmire. Interesting. Now for Adebola, looking at his rack, he could possibly play in same through the S of Sauropod and M of Mantelent for 24 points, leaving CER. He could also play Nisus from the S of Sauropod for 27 points. Mice coming down for 24 points is another move from the air movement event. Either ways, if the R of the sauropod is not blocked, there's a high possibility Mumin is going to bingo in the next round. I see this round is really taking its time. Okay, I see cranes coming down instead. All right. I'm not sure if that's a word, and unfortunately, that is a phony. All right. Now, Mumin would be able to play his bingo of Quagmire. These are staking a very interesting turn, pretty quick. Wow. Honestly, I think making a phony at that point in time is not necessary. You know, there are other options of like Nice that he could have played at that same point. Nice's it's probably the tension or the fatigue, I presume. All right, moving on is playing CIRE for 29 points. Now, Mumin has SFWLOCK. Now, obviously, the best move right now is to play Flux, which he has, to the S of the sauropod for 57 points. Wow, Mumin is really firing on this one. Already he's in 227 points. Following up, we have Adebola's move of MEER for 18 points. Moving on to Mumin, we see WASDTE. Okay, this is looking like yes, this is Steward. I see Steward. Okay, it's playing Rasted. All right. Rasted it is for 80 points. Wow. This is the fourth bingo Mumin is playing in like the fifth round. He's definitely on fire with this one. Now Rasted also has been challenged and fortunately it is correct, which is plus 10, and that is going for 90 points. Okay. All right, moving on to oh, wow, that was actually 102 points, not 90 points. We have G's. We have D's from Adebola scoring pretty well, 69 points. Mumin has picked the second blank on this game. I think at this point, it is safe to say he might be winning this game. Okay, but let's see what happens. Now you can play Loun, hooking the L to the ZE, coming down for 23 points, or Loin, or Lion, leaving NU blank. You could also play LOU at the same spot, leaving high N and blank. S-Loin from the ES from Rasted through the triple word could also be played for 21 points, leaving NU blank. So I see him arranging Lounge, probably going for that. Lounge has been committed for 23 points. Moving on to Adebola, I see AIRONSNV. Okay. And with the E is definitely going to be able to play environs, which he already has arranged, and we see him doing just that. Environs coming through pretty quick for 76 points. Okay, now moving on to Mumin. We have the blank IN. DTJI. And the D. All right, you could say DJ or Jane rather through the lounge, hooking the day to the lounge, or you might not want to open up that spot recklessly. You could also play Jane with the double hen at the same spot. Okay, I think it's going for something else. Tinned is coming down instead. Yeah, that is probably the safest option considering the triple lane is open and he's not taking any chances. All right, Tin for 21 points, commented by Mumin. Moving on, we have IWXET Now, some of the options here is Brew, playing Brew through the A of Sauropod parallel. Playing Brew will score about 32 points, leaving TIXE. You could also play Brew at another spot, with the B hooking the DO of Loun, coming down for 30 points. Other options is to play Retox from the E of Mantlet, going parallel through the O of Vidiots for 32 points, leaving Lehigh W. I think we might be seeing up to 500 more, if not 600 from Omin, because already at this game is already in 419. No pun intended. Wow, that moved pretty fast. Now we see Brew coming down at the second spot for 30 points, leaving TRX, and that has been committed. Moving on, we have BAJFTL blank. Okay. Now, some of the choices I see here would be probably to play Jin through the E of month coming down through the N of the environs for 21 points. Or Ja through the A of month going parallel to the N. But either ways, I think playing any of this he has just one vowel, and that would leave him to just with just consonants. And we have just about 4 A's in the bag, 1 E, and a couple of O's. So it might take his time a little bit on this one. All right, he opted for the choice of using no vowel. So playing lives right there, leaving BTJA blank, scores 15 points. Now back to Adebola, we have PDIXTO. Some of the choices would be to either play Ox for 52, leaving DIIPT. Ox through Flux with the X sitting comfortably on the triple letter. All right, that is exactly what we're saying. Moving on to Mumin, we see JAYBAT blank. Okay, I see J. Where J would sit on this board would probably be open the triple lane. Hooking the Y to the dub for Dobby and playing J there, leaving BAT blank. But would E want to do that? You could also play Jean inside across the second E of the mantlet, coming down for Jean, 21 points, and leaving ABTY blank. Okay, and it's going for J. All right, J for 25 points, leaving BAT blank, committed. Now we have ADIIPSC for Adebola. We could play PITA right beside J of the triple lane for 27 points, leaving BIS. And it could play pad. Or pad will leave two highs. Okay. It's going for the top point of 30 pad. Pad has been committed for 30 points, leaving ITIS. Now, moving on to Momini as EBN HCA. Now, we could possibly play Bath through the W of Russell. It could play. Okay, there's another spot it can play. THEBE through the E of Kragmire, placing it skillfully down there for 33 points, leaving AN blank. Baton could also be played through the O of videos, and I think that is what he opted for. 26 points. Moving on to Adebola, we have HO high IEST. Now we could play O high. O high has several spots you could sit within this board. Considering, I think it's tracking at the moment. OH could also be played with the H sitting on the triple letter beside the C, opening up the triple lane for 28 points, leaving EEIST. Time is ticking. He has 2 minutes left, and he had to make his move. Is he thinking of dropping the ISO where it hopes to play bingo the next round? Guys, I think that's exactly what he did. So he played 10. Now this is a very obvious fish. 10 for 5 points. Moving on, we see Mumin with AHYUAA blank. Okay, I think he's tracking currently, but some of his options are to play AUA within in between Mantelet and Environ for 27 points, leaving HYA blank. Adding the A and the Y in between the N and V of Environs and Mantelet to form Navy for 20 points is also another option. For 28 points, you could put the H and the A, which I think that's what we're getting here, and is using this blank to optimize the score. So I think we're saying AHS. All right. AHS for 41 points committed by Mumin. Now I see OGIESTOH from Adebola. There is a bingo, but there is no spot on this board to actually play it. and no floats either to play. It's that must have been really painful for Mr. Adebola, and with time ticking very fast, I'm wondering what exactly is going through his mind right now. I think he's playing AIGHT. Ice for 27, leaving OES with 4 seconds left on the timer. Moving on to Momin, AIU. All right, which he could easily finish in the H of heights, playing HUIA for 8 points. Okay, I see. Must have made a mistake at some point. Mr. Adebola finished with OES right below the height. All right, and that brings us to the end of round 17 with Jimoh Abdulmumin winning this round yet once again. It has been a really exciting and epic one. And guys, I'm very much anticipating the grand finale. Are you ready? Because I am ready. Now, all roads lead to round 18, which is the final round of this competition. Reporting to you live is Opeoluwa Omotayo, and get ready for round 18, the grand finale.
Division B, we have a winner in person of Ma'am Bukumi Afolayan.
6.